ground baits, pellets, wafters, liquids, dyes. There's all sorts of things in the bait world that can blow your mind. I'm here to get rid of those myths and tell you the facts and explain all about some bait. As with a lot of ground baits, particularly in the Sonubaits range, there's a lot to choose from, but a lot of them are quite self-explanatory. For example, match method mix or maggot fish meal. These sorts of ground baits, you can look at the bag, get an idea of what you might want to use it for. So when we brought out Thatchers, there's probably a lot of you out there who don't really know what this is used for. So I thought I'd take the chance to explain it because it's one of the most effective ground baits within the range. So what actually is Thatchers? Well, effectively Thatchers is a blend of fish meals and ground pellets and the highest quality breadcrumbs combined together in perfect quantities to give a really well balanced mix. It came about because a tackle shop in Somerset wanted to mix their own ground bait. A lot of the locals started using it and catching some huge bags of fish. So because they were catching so many fish, its popularity started to grow. Great anglers began to use it and it spread up the country. Now, living up north, it took a while for me to hear about it, but when anglers on big matches were taking big catches with it, obviously I wanted to listen and find out what it was all about. Sonubaits were very lucky to get the original Thatchers recipe, which we've got here in the bag. It's a very fine ground bait. It's ground really fine, which means it works incredibly well. It's a great attractor. I wouldn't say particularly it's a big feed because its fine nature means the fish come in, they waft it all about, they clearly want to be where the ground bait is, which makes it brilliant for actually catching fish. If you look at the consistency of the ground bait, this one is quite clear in colour because it's the original Thatchers, and it's something that I've been mixing a lot with my ground baits when I want to use feeder fishing for bream and skimmers. So if I'm bream and skimmer fishing, Thatchers is always in my mix. Now, because it's quite fine, it means it can be quite sticky in consistency once it's mixed up, which I really like. It means that I can mix it with ground baits such as F1 Dark in order to make that ground bait a little bit stickier. However, it's also really effective on its own because when I'm using it on the pole, I can get some really finely chopped worms or some pinkies or some casters, and I can mix this ground bait in small quantities to nip those baits together because it's fine and because it's nice and sticky. So effectively, it's a very, very attractive ground bait that brings fish like skimmers, breams, F1 and carp into your peg where you can catch them on the bait. So if you haven't tried Thatchers yet, give it a go because you'll soon find out why everybody is raving about it.